If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos.
I am so happy to be here with you again, my dear sweet friend Maria Emmerich. I am so happy because we are both gonna get to use, well, you right now, I've already used my Breville Bluicer. It is probably one of the most amazing machineries I think I've ever come across in the kitchen. I can tell how it's gonna make my life so much more easier. But an issue I have when I'm trying to find recipes, as you know, is that I'm always trying to find keto. Thank you for answering the call when I asked you to come up with a keto mousse that you and I both could use our new Breville Bluicers on. You came up with it. You're the only one who has come up with a keto mousse.
I love this mousse. It is such a special recipe that is near and dear to my heart. When we first adopted 2 baby boys, they weren't babies, but they were toddlers, and they did not like eggs. And I was like, wow, we didn't have any money. What's the cheapest food? Keto food anyway. Eggs, right?
Eggs.
And so I needed somehow to get them to eat eggs. And so I thought, I'm gonna throw some hard-boiled eggs into a blender with some coconut milk. You're gonna find out this whole recipe. But guess what? People around the world are mind blown for this mousse, and kids love it. And we're gonna make it extra special with a strawberry topping.
Oh,
and
yes.
I think you're gonna love this.
I have to tell you honestly, when you sent over the recipe and I was like, hard-boiled eggs, that doesn't sound like what I want in a mousse. But oh my God, yes, I want hard-boiled eggs in my mousse.
A tip that I have, and it's from Jacques Pepin. He says, if you quickly, when you make the hard-boiled eggs, rinse them really well with ice cold water as soon as they're done cooking, and that will take care of that sulfur type smell that happens.
Yep.
And then also letting the mousse sit overnight really, really helps. This is the best part. So what I have, I just use frozen strawberries. It's not really strawberry season, so I have frozen ones, and I have a pound of them, and I'm gonna put them into my juicer part. This is really powerful. So we put all of the strawberries into here. I don't wanna make a mess quite yet. But what I love about this recipe is I save the extra part. So I don't just use the juice, I use the whole thing. So all I have to do is, I'm gonna push number 5 because I wanted to just show you how fast it goes. Here we go. And it comes out here.
That is like so good and so fast, and there's no mess.
This on its own is so good. I mean, look at that. It's just delicious.
Don't I know? Straight up strawberry juice, like in a champagne flute. I feel so fancy.
This is gonna be our topping, okay? So I'm gonna just set this aside while I make the mousse, the chocolate mousse. So here I'm gonna add my blender part of the Bluicer, okay? And I'm gonna secure this in place. And this is such an easy recipe. You just take 5 hard-boiled eggs. It's a great source of protein. Eggs are the perfect food. And then I'm gonna add my other ingredients. So we have our 1/4 of a cup of swerve. I know you love your swerve. It's a natural sweetener, right? That's my swerve. That doesn't affect blood sugar. And then we're gonna add 2½ tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. There we go. I'm gonna add a little pinch of salt. Now, salt is a flavor enhancer. You should also put it into desserts, because then you need less sweetener in them, right? We're gonna add a little bit of vanilla. And let me tell you, if you have banana extract, very, very good. And now we're gonna use 1 cup of coconut milk. Now, if you're not dairy-free, you could use heavy cream, but we're dairy-free right now, so we're gonna add 1 cup of coconut milk, which is a 1/2 can. So now I'm gonna push number 5 to really get this. Watch how powerful this blender is. Here we go. And now look at this thick mousse.
I'm gonna start eating mine if you don't mind, because it's just sitting here in front of me.
Look how thick this is. It's just glorious.
That's so good.
What you could do is taste it. And if you wanted a little sweeter, you could add a little bit more sweetener to there. And now what I'm gonna do with the strawberry gelatin, or I should say the topping, the juice, I'm gonna add some sweetener to that, okay? A little bit, a couple tablespoons, and I'm gonna whisk that in, and you need 1 teaspoon of gelatin. So I'm gonna use this grass-fed gelatin and 1 teaspoon, and you wanna whisk this in because you don't want it to clump up, okay? Whisk, 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 whisk. And then over a stovetop, you're gonna heat this to a simmer, okay? It's gonna come to a light boil, and then that activates the gelatin so it will harden. And this is called a panna cotta. And then you just slowly pour this over the top of your mousses, I should say. And then this is gonna go into the fridge to set. And what happens is you have this 2-layer dessert like this.
Gorgeous. And I put a little sprig of mint on the top of mine to give it some green.
And I know we both have children. What I like to do with both the chocolate mousse and the strawberry topping is make them into ice pops.
Ooh.
If you have any left over, they make the most delicious. I grew up with fudgesicles. You remember fudgesicles?
I grew up with those too.
You know, a healthy fudgesicle.
That's right. Way to go. And this is really so, so good. That's what I want everyone to know. This is so good if you're watching your sugar, even if you're not watching your sugar. I think we all should watch our sugar. This is such a healthy and a sugarless way to really enjoy like a decadent dessert. This feels fancy. Like I can't wait to get out of COVID so I can invite people over and like serve this and like show off my skills and be fancy. So good.
You couldn't have done it without your Breville Bluicer. It's amazing.
Yeah, everybody do yourself a favor this year. We're all in the house, we're cooking at home. Get a Breville Bluicer. It will make your life so much more creative and also so much easier. So thank you, Maria, for sharing your wonderful recipe with us. You're always my favorite. And I'm gonna finish this and I will see you again soon.
Thank you, Halle. It's been an honor. Thank you.
Bye, my darling.
If you want to change your life like I've changed mine with food, I would be honored to help you. Many of you don't know that I was twice my size. I had acid reflux. I had PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. I had depression. I had IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. And food changed my life. And not only did that happen, I get to eat good food, right? Good food. So if you want to eat good food, I have perfected meal plans made by me and personal help with supplements or modifications if you have Hashimoto's, if you have Graves, if you have IBS, if you have PCOS, contact me. I would be honored to help you. You can go to keto-adapted.com and find a lot of different options there for personalized help, or message me by commenting below on this YouTube video, or you can check me out at mariamindbodyhealth.com. Mahalo.
Sharing is caring. Share this video with your friends.